So hey guys, this is Avantis and in today's video I will be drawing Brom from the D&D universe, I guess. Now, roll the intro. Alright, so before we begin, I would like to say that this whole drawing was inspired by a certain painting by an artist called Brom, and its title is The Harbinger, and it is featured on the first War of the Spider Queen books by R.A. Salvatore, you know, the guy who wrote all the Drizzt books, and his co-authors, Richard Lee Byers, I guess. So that painting was featured on the first book. Dissolution, I think, was the title, and I have a copy of that book because I just really love that picture. I also love the story and the draw, but that's another story for another time. So yeah, I guess I could say that draw in general have a very special place in my heart. I don't know why, I just really like them, you know, the way they are portrayed in like books and games, that they are cruel to a certain point, but they are also scheming. They are also have a couple of them, you know, they have these like different personalities. Like in the book, like Pharaoh, I think, was my favorite. He was like this kind of flamboyant drow, while his friend Rield was this soldier-like drow guy. He was like pretty serious about everything, not really talkative. And Grom, you see, he is the archmage of Menzoberranzan. He's, you know, he has power. He's also like pretty creative. Like there was a part in the book when Menzoberranzan was on fire, and he summoned rain clouds, and you know, it was raining for the first time under the surface. It was pretty fun. But what I wanted to say is that for a while I was wondering if it was grown for Pharaoh on that specific book cover of that specific painting I was mentioning. And as I said, I imagined Pharaoh to be way more flamboyant than that, like crazy hair and whatever. So in my head it's grown. But anyway, as you can see, I'm just sketching the whole thing. Oh, I also wanted to mention that, yeah, it's not just drow that have a special place in my heart, but just dark elves in general. Like right now I'm reading the third Malus Darkblade book, you know, from the Warhammer universe, and I just love it. I don't know why, I just love like dark elves in general. But yeah, so I'm getting to the end of the sketching phase, and to me what is crazy is that you see, when I sketch, I just start it, I have a general idea, and I wouldn't say render, but I detail what I can. I make it not really a sketch, more like a drawing, and to me that's pretty good. Like if there are, I don't know, lines or like unnecessary lines or anything that I don't want to see, then later I know that I will paint over this, because I'm already, when I'm drawing this sketch, I knew that, oh yeah, this is a pretty good drawing, I want to put color on it. So I don't know, what I want to say is that, you know, it's kind of easy to work digitally, because you know that you can change anything. But to me, it's just crazy to see like videos of artists who like draw a sketch and then they just lower the opacity and draw a line art on top, or what I would call a line art, but no, that's just another sketch, and then they lower the opacity of that, and then they draw another sketch on top. You know, it's, to me, it's tedious work. I don't really like drawing the same thing like 3 times, like the exact same thing 3 times, because, you know, I drew this guy once, I think it was good enough, and if I want to change anything, then I will do it in the painting anyway, so then why sketch it? Well, also right now on the screen, I'm picking the, you know, base colors. I just picked a random darkish blue, and, you know, a dark skin color, and an off-white for the hair, and you know, I don't really think a lot about base colors either. It's just like the sketch. Like, if I pick a base color that I don't like, then I can just change it by 2 clicks, so if it's not working out. So why put a lot of effort on picking the right color? Also, yeah, like right now, Kjorli is the name of Grom's familiar rat. At first I wanted to paint him black, but I thought that, you know, white would stand out more, like Grom's hair is also white, and those are the two, like, you know, the white color in general stands out on this picture, because everything else is just dark. Also, yeah, as you can see right now, I busted out some of the reference images that I collected off camera. Is just well, rat, just a couple of those stained window, or like those window shapes, the mentioned Harbinger by Brom, a painting by an artist I follow, Quell Fabulous on Twitter. They, I don't know their gender, so they posted this painting of their I don't know exactly the name of those Skyrim dark elves, but whatever. So their character from this like very specific lighting, so the light came from the back, and I was like, wow, that is exactly what I'm working on. So I kind of used that as a reference, in a sense that I just really liked how the colors or the lights were on that. I also searched for images like that, like photos, but it didn't work out that well. And also I just gathered some like inspiration for the background. Like, I think the one on the top is just a random screenshot from Skyrim. It was some mage study, I guess, I don't know. So yeah, as you can see, after the base colors, I put like, I think 2 layers of shadows, and then just on top I'm adjusting the colors, see how they work out. You know, for me, I don't usually paint like this or render my drawings like this, but this is how I wanted to do it now. It was a kind of an exploratory process, but you know, when it comes to art, or like anything, I guess, I'm not really into, you know, calculating and stuff. I just go after my guts and just color in what I think would look good, and if it doesn't, I just erase it and start over. Yeah, as you can see, a couple of times what I did is just turned off 1 or 2 layers and just to see where I'm putting the color at all, or if I wanted to pick a certain color. But yeah, after darkening this picture a couple of times, I also added some highlights. I think overall this came out like really nice. I really like how this turned out. And by the way, that cape thing he's wearing, I wasn't sure what that was. It looked like some kind of membrane. And also in the painting, like Brom's painting, I think those like jewel things in his hair were originally like yellow or some sort of amber color, but because Grom's eyes are red, I also drew them red because that is how that's the matching thing, so I just did that. And as you can see, for the background I just picked one of that stained glass window things. I sized them up and drew over them, just following the shape. As I said, I'm not really good at calculating, and also this like construction of things, or like the technical aspects of like art programs. So I enlarged it. It was pretty, as you can see, like grainy. So I just drew it again. I also drew a couple of, bricks around this like gateway type of thing. But in the end I didn't really like them, so I will erase them in a minute if I remember. But even now, what you see me doing is that what I noticed a couple of times is that when I use, the like in Photoshop, when I I don't know how I can explain it. So with that circle that I drew just now, when I just tell Photoshop to automatically draw a stroke around that shape, to me it just sticks out like a sore thumb from the picture, because I can see that it's not hand drawn. It's like too perfect, so I just drew over it. Same thing with these like tiny arches. They didn't really come out like symmetrical, but it's in the background. Like most of it is like blocked out by the character. Nobody can see that. But also in a couple of minutes I will do some stuff to the background. I really liked how overall this thing came out. I think it's not exactly a copy of my inspirational Brom painting, but it's also very similar, that you can tell that yes, that painting was the inspiration, and I think that is kind of what I was going for. And also, if I haven't told you like straight on, I just love that damn painting. I just love it so much. Yeah. Also, what I just got, I just remembered is that there was this cosplayer I was following. I'm still following him, Marik Dearel. I hope I'm saying his name right. Like a couple of months ago, he asked me if he could use this painting or this drawing by me as his, like mobile background, and I said yes. And then we just talked a bit, and I am still pretty shocked that he passed away in January, and I'm just so sorry. And I follow the people who was close to him, because they are also really cool cosplayers, like Lucius and Sarah Deorel, and I'm just so damn sad. But I was really happy when he asked me if he could use this painting, because they are these cosplayers, they do draw LARP, and I'm just also really inspired by the pictures and the costumes they are producing. Okay, back to the drawing. As you saw, I just put this watercolor texture to the background, and now I'm just putting some more texture and light to it. Now I'm adding a couple of shadows. I just really like how the background is just this different shade of blue, and it just brings together the whole painting. And I'm just playing a bit with the opacity and stuff, and I think I put a like soft light layer to the top. So now what I'm doing here, I really think of this process as like the when 99% of my piece is done, and there is just that 1% that just is really a subtle change, but I really like doing it because it just makes the whole drawing look just a little bit more finished, rendered, professional even. So what you can see is that I just make a new normal layer on top of like every other layer, or like at the top, and I'm just picking colors and just repainting some of the details, or like some areas of the drawing here and there. Most of it I think is visible through the hair and like the highlights here and there, and but you could say that if I did a proper base drawing, then I wouldn't need this step, but I don't know, I really like that some of the like quote-unquote pencil marks are showing through, while I just repaint some areas here and there, so it's not that obvious or ugly. And this is, I guess, when the painting just really comes together, although, as I said, it's not a like big change to the whole thing. What I guess I wanted to say is that now I tried and I'm using a different method to render my paintings. I already have a footage of that, so be ready for something like that. And see, like right now I put like some holes into that like membrane thing he's using as a cape, and so that's what I meant, that later on you can just paint over anything you have done so far, because that's the good thing in digital art. What was I talking about? About my painting process. So before I think in most of my videos I just I wouldn't call most of it is like painting. Also that Aladdin one was a different thing, but the thing is, usually what my process is that, you know, base colors, shadow, maybe some highlights, some overpainting, and that's it. And now on this painting I did like way more work with the shadows, obviously, because it's just overall a dark painting, and I just really like that this whole thing was, you know, a bit more different, a bit more exploratory, a bit more of a challenge, I could say, because right now, as you can see in the dark parts of the drawing, it just I watched a video well, not very recently, but what they talked about, I think Singer Sargent or some other painter in the past, what they had in their drawings is that the shadows made like one shape, sort of, and the lights another, and that is, even though it was like different layers and colors, it was very visible that the whole painting had a shape. And I guess I'm not really there, but it just reminds me of that. And also I really like how the whites and the highlights just really highlight the important parts of the painting. And yeah, I think that is it. That is my Gromf Beenre from, I guess, the whole D&D universe, pretty much. But yeah, I hope you liked it. And stay tuned for a couple of more. I'm also, I think I'm not done with sketchbook videos, so those are coming as well. And yeah, stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.